Okay, guys, listen. In as much as this season has been a mess, I mean, an absolute mess, tonight's nomination process is definitely one for the books. I mean, guys, these housemates came with guns blazing. I mean, initially, I felt like these people are just doing some petty shit, like tit for tat. It's not making sense. But as they continued, oh my goodness, guys, it became wild. It became wild. You see all this kumbaya, oh, family reunion and nonsense that they've been doing in the house. Oh my goodness, guys. Everything, everything came out in their reasons for nominating whoever they nominated tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait for us to get into it, all right? So just watch to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I really want to know how you felt whilst the housemates were nominating, all right? Now, I totally enjoyed the nomination process, as I said, but I did not really like the outcome because already I feel like Sunday's eviction is going to be very, very predictable. So let's get into this video, all right? You're welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do not hesitate to do exactly what you see on your screen. Now quickly, let's get right into the business of this video. Before we get into how the housemates nominated, let's first talk about why they are currently living outside the mansion and not inside the house as usual, right? Now the theme of the week is going back to the basics. In other words, the housemates are going to be camping in the garden from now till Thursday after their wager task presentation, all right? It's all about going back to camping, going back to nature, you know, living like nomads. And the whole idea is for them to step out of their comfort zone. So they would do literally everything: bathe, use the restroom, cook, sleep, everything. They would do literally everything outside the mansion. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not even funny. Some of the housemates that have got OCD, they are not finding it funny at all. Now, aside that, Willie also emerged the head of house for the week in a very interesting head of house challenge that came in 4 different rounds. Now, if you all recall Papa Ghost's reward from the endurance challenge that happened last night during the live eviction show, he had been told that he would only participate in the final round of the head of house challenge, and that was exactly what had happened. And just as we all predicted, he did not win that challenge. He did not emerge the head of house. Now, I was kind of sad about it, you know, because of all the stress that, you know, was involved in that endurance challenge of last night. But the only consolation that I have personally is the fact that Willie also went through to the final stage of that challenge last night, you know, and it took just like a few seconds, you know, before Willie dropped out and Papa Ghost emerged the winner. So for me, well, even though it's kind of annoying the way the whole twist happened last night, you know, I think I'm okay with the outcome of the head of house challenge. Yes, although still it would have been fair if Papa Ghost had been giving, you know, the head of house of the week as his reward for that challenge last night. Anyways, about who Willie had chosen as his guest, he had gone ahead to choose young Papi. Yes, now outside where the housemates are going to stay, there is an area that has been marked out as the head of house space, yes, for the head of house and his camping partner. Anyways, quickly moving on to the nomination process. Tonight's nomination was just like last week, the same face-to-face nomination. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I'll ever get tired of this particular nomination process because, hey, via this process, we get to know what really is cooking up in the mind of these housemates. Guys, I love it, and I totally wish that production will continue giving us this particular process because it works. It brings drama to the show. There isn't a lot to do in the house. And so when, you know, nominations happen like this, it gives these housemates things to talk about, things to beef about, things to fight about, things to strategize about. It gives us, the viewers, a lot of things to look forward to. All right. Anyways, quickly diving into it. The nomination started with Chiwenza. Chiwenza nominated Taki and Sinai, which gave me so much joy because, ladies and gentlemen, I had been looking for the housemate that would do the Lord's work by nominating those two people because I'm sick and tired of their constant gossip, you know, always gossiping, always acting like they know the game or they are playing the game, but not really taking action, you know, for anything that they plan about. Anyways, her reason or his reason or their reason for nominating Taki is because Taki had used his veto power, you know, to save someone last week and then put him up for eviction. He nominated Sinai because Sinai has never been up for nomination for possible eviction. Now, moving on to Z. Z nominated Millet because according to her, they do not have a relationship and they do not have a connection. And then for the 100th time, Z had gone ahead to nominate Yolanda again. Now, she was probably going to give her usual reason. She's very annoying. She's very annoying. I don't like her. She's very annoying. But this time around, Big Brother had warned the housemates to give very solid reasons to back up their nominations. And so she had to think really hard about, okay, which reason am I going to give? And then she came up with, because she's a strong contender. And ladies and gentlemen, I was really bored. No, for real, at this point, I'm really bored with housemates who consistently nominate one particular housemate because it's boring now. Jareed had nominated Yolanda and Millet, and his reasons were so annoying. Yeah, I mean, this guy was literally joking with the nomination process. He had said that he is nominating Yolanda because he loves her very much. And then for nominating Millet, he loves her even more. People that had to warn him. Now listen, give a very valid reason. Very, very solid reason. And then he gave one flimsy reason, which at that point in time, guys, I wasn't even paying attention to because at that point in time, I was just bored. Yes, it was just very annoying because I'm like, dude, this is not a joke. This is the nomination process. Take it serious. And I think much later, Big Brother had to warn the housemates that if they do not give solid reasons, they will be up for nomination for possible eviction. And then that was when they started trying to really take it serious. Millet decided to, you know, reciprocate the gesture that Z had extended to her. Now, Millet had nominated Z. According to her, Z wasn't nominated last week. She wasn't up last week, and they also do not have a connection. She had also nominated Jareed, yes, because Jareed nominated her for no reason, and he said that he loves being the villain, so she feels like it's fair for him to be up for eviction this week. Now, Papi nominated Taki because Taki called him a liar when he's not even interested in Papi's girlfriend, that is Neo. Now, he had also nominated Mcjunior because he's scared whenever Mcjunior wins head of house, yes, head of house challenge, because he knows that Mcjunior will come for him. Yolanda had nominated Jareed, and ladies and gentlemen, we know that deep down she's trying to, you know, reciprocate the gesture because you see, Jareed and Z and also Willie, these three people, they consistently nominate Yolanda just for the mere reason that they don't like her, which is very annoying, to be very frank with all of you. But I love what Yolanda did tonight. She came with very, very solid reasons for nominating these people. Now, for Jareed, he has no game. He hides behind people to do his dirty works. Guys, she did not lie. That is 100% correct. Watch the way Jareed is able to, you know, mobilize people in the house to stand against Papa Ghost, Lerato, and Yolanda. Anybody Jareed does not like, he uses people to do his dirty work. He even tried using Liema last week when these two people returned back into the house to do his dirty work. You know, so he's always like the puppet master, you know, staying behind the scenes and pushing people to go fight his battles for him. Now, for nominating Z, guys, I love the way Yolanda started off her reason. You know, she first of all appreciated Z for acknowledging the fact that indeed she is a strong contender in the house, you know, and then she went ahead to say that Z has no game, that she's yet to see what Z can do. So she wants to see what Z's game will be. She wants to see if Z can actually play her game or maybe surprise them. And I'm like, yes, guys, for real. Oh my God. It was the way Yolanda said it. It was the way she gave her reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, I was literally screaming over here because it sounded so accurate. It sounded so good. Anyways, quickly moving on to Taki. Taki nominated Papa Ghost with reasons being that he did not like the whole fake eviction business, and it was also the way that Papa Ghost had actually stood looking like, you know, an anime villain when they had actually brought them back into the house. That even though Papa Ghost was good all through the week, but he just did not like the way Papa Ghost came back into the house. And I'm like, okay, whatever, we hear you. And then he had also nominated Mitch. According to him, Mitch had called all of them weak, which was actually a lie, because when it was Mitch's turn to nominate, he had actually corrected that he had called Taki weak, not the whole house weak. But anyways, he did not dwell on that. We're going to get to Mitch's own nomination and reasons very soon. Now, quickly moving on to Sinaye's nominations. For Sinaye's nomination, it was very obvious that he was just basically trying to pay back Makeke, you know, for nominating him and for the kind of reason Makeke had given. So he said the same thing that was similar, you know, whilst nominating Makeke. He said Makeke hides behind people to play his game. Now, he also nominated Mitch. He said Mitch said to him the previous night that he was actually prepared for nominations. You know, he was prepared to be nominated every week. And so he wants to give the guy a chance to shine. And ladies and gentlemen, when Mitch came back, it was bloody. Mitch literally cooked Sinaye, cooked him up, put him inside a blender, blended him, and threw him outside for the dogs to feast on. It was insane. We're going to get to that part. Moving on to the next housemate, Els. Els had nominated Makeke. According to her, dude seems to have a problem with her and she doesn't know what that problem is. And I'm thinking, why don't you just have a conversation with him? Anyways, she also nominated Liema. She said Liema also has a problem with her and she doesn't know what the problem is, that every time Liema sees her hanging out with Jareed, there's a way Liema reacts. And so for that, she's nominating Liema. Guys, let's move on. Papa Ghost had nominated Sinaye because he sleeps during task. He does not really contribute a lot, especially, you know, when there's a lot to be done. And then he had also nominated Mcjunior. According to him, Mcjunior made them lose their wager 3 weeks ago and he did not have the chance to nominate Mcjunior. So now he's using this opportunity to nominate Mcjunior. Ladies and gentlemen, when Sinaye was nominating Mcjunior and giving his reasons, Mcjunior's face looked like he just wanted to bring out some sort of explosive and throw it at Papa Ghost, and he did exactly that when it was his turn to nominate. We're going to get to that one. Now, let's take a step back a bit. I totally forgot to talk about Mpumi's nominations. Mpumi actually came after Taki, before Sinaye, right? Now, going back to Mpumi's nominations, Mpumi had actually nominated Liema. And it's for the same reasons that she's been giving for, I think for the past 2 nominations now, but this time around, she elaborated. She gave more context.
If her strategy is being provocative, it can cost another housemate to leave the house with a strike, which might be an advantage to her, should she get just a warning to stay in the house. Nothing personal in my life, but then I think if that's your strategy, you're playing a good game and it's not fair as well.
According to her, Liema is a very provocative player. In other words, anything Liema does, you know, it's to our own advantage, you know, and it also will lead other housemates to get eliminated from the game prematurely. Also, when Liema provokes people, she ends up getting a warning, whilst the other people ends up getting a strike or getting disqualified from the house. And for her, it is not fair. So she feels like Liema is actually playing a good game, but it is to the disadvantage of every other person in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, whilst Mpumi was speaking, I was giving this girl a standing ovation. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you and I know that everything Mpumi said, it wasn't a message for Liema. It was actually a message for Big Brother himself and production in general. You see that line where she said that Liema will provoke people and then she will end up getting a warning whilst other people gets a strike or gets eliminated from the show. Ladies and gentlemen, it just went to show that Mpumi has noticed the pattern. She has noticed that production favors Liema. Oh my God, guys. See, I was giving this girl a standing ovation. I said, girl, you ate. You ate, and left no crumbs. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope that production got the message. Of course, we have been out here, sending that message to production. I hope that they know that housemates are seeing what they are doing and they should get their acts together. Anyways, Mpumi's second nomination was Yolanda. According to her, Yolanda is a very strong character, very competitive. She stands her ground. When she's nominated, she doesn't get evicted. She comes back. I mean, guys, those were very solid, valid reasons. And Yolanda was so happy. Yolanda and Makeke, they were so happy that finally somebody recognizes that she's not just a noisy person, but she's actually a huge contender in this competition. Now, it was time for Liema's nominations, and she decided to play tit for tat by nominating her sister wives. Yes, she nominated Mpumi because she can't believe that this is the second time Mpumi is nominating her. I said, girl, it's actually the third time. Mpumi needs your ass out of that house. Yes. So she said she's only reciprocating the favor. Yes. And she feels like Mpumi is playing safe because she's friends with everybody in the house. And then she had nominated Els as well. According to her, well, because Els nominated her, she's nominating Els back. And also she feels like Els is trying to be friends with her. The friendship is not genuine, or Els is trying to get close to her because she wants Jareed. And I'm like, chai! Hey God, at least if Liema had given any other reason, it would have made sense. But nominating Els because of Jareed, nah, it doesn't make sense. Now, this was the part where I really wished I understood everything that Mitch said. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before, Mitch completely destroyed Sinaye. At some point I was feeling sorry for Sinaye. Housemates were laughing. They were laughing at Sinaye. Z held her mouth because Mitch completely shredded Sinaye to pieces. First of all, he had nominated Taki. He had explained that Taki had lied, as I told you all before, that he had said Taki is weak and not the general house. But he still maintains that Taki is weak. Taki does not have a game. And then he had gone ahead to nominate Sinaye. Now, giving the same reasons that Sinaye had used before that, Sinaye and Taki, he said that Sinaye is a gossip monger. Yes, he carries gossips around the house, travels around the house with gossips. He's a groupie, he's always wanting to mix with the crowd. He can't stand on his own. And then he's also an ass kisser. And then there were so many other things he said. Guys, I was just tearing up with laughter because everything Mitch said was 100% correct in my personal opinion. Because, ladies and gentlemen, every time you see Sinaye on the show, he's always talking about people. I mean, all the housemates actually gossip about everybody, but it's like Sinaye says things that he does not really have the balls to say in front of other people. Yes, he plans a lot with Taki. They end up not doing shit. Yes, as for me, it's a waste of time. Two boys acting like they've got game, but they don't have game. Next housemate to nominate was Mcjunior, and oh my God, this guy was cracking me up like crazy. Guys, as a matter of fact, Mcjunior's nomination tonight is the best I have ever seen in the history of any Big Brother show. No caps. This guy did not beat around the bush. He just went there. He called Papa Ghost's name. He said, see this nigga? That he doesn't like him. He said it over and over again. He doesn't like the guy. That he's not going to go around the bush, going around in circles. He doesn't like the guy. That the day he sees this guy's back, leaving the house, the better for him. He does not like the guy. I think Papa Ghost said too, well, I don't like you too. And he said, yeah, nigga, I don't like you too. I say, hi. And then he pointed at Lerato. He said, see that one over there? That's his puppet. What is she? Yeah, that's his puppet. That's that one. Because just watch that the moment he leaves here, she will come and nominate him. So she's nominating Lerato as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it was wild. The housemates, of course, because they don't like Papa Ghost and Lerato, they were laughing and they were getting all excited. But guys, it was funny. It was funny. Biggie at some point told him that his reason for nominating Lerato is not valid. He needs to give another reason. And he said, Biggie, that he's tired of all this, using colorful language and going back about, that he's just tired. That the point is he doesn't like these people. He doesn't like them. Guys, It was wild. And then it was Lerato's turn to nominate. Lerato mentioned his name first, called him a hypocrite. Now, Biggie said that it was not enough reason. She has to give another reason. And then she now said that he's always cooking unhealthy food for everybody, that by the time he's done cooking for everybody, they purge and they complain, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, nah, Lerato. We know you don't like this mother effer. Give us your genuine reason why you don't like this guy. Don't bring food as an issue. Just tell us. Anyways, Lerato had also gone ahead to nominate Sinaye. According to her, Sinaye tried pulling off a sneaky link with her and she found that offensive. And then there's also the part where he is just a pawn on her chessboard and it's time for him to leave. I say, chai! Sinaye has suffered tonight. There's no name they've not called Sinaye. Gossip monger, what's it called? A pawn on a chessboard. I say, chai! Sinaye has really suffered though. But ladies and gentlemen, what are we saying? Finally, Willie had nominated Yolanda again for the 100th time. According to him, Yolanda is greedy, she's selfish, she's inconsiderate. He had also nominated Makeke. According to him, Yolanda's husband is sneaky, easily influenced, and spineless. And guys, I'm going to be frank with you all. Whilst Willie was giving his reasons, I was just happy. I said, look at Willie trying to sound tough. But I'm going to leave it at that. Finally, after all the numbers were collated, Z, Taki, Sinaye, Jareed, Yolanda, Mcjunior, Makeke, Millet, and Liema were up for eviction this week. Now, Z was nominated twice. Taki was nominated 3 times. Sinaye got 5 nominations, Jareed 3, Yolanda 4, Mcjunior 3, Makeke 3, Millet 2, Liema 2, Papa Ghost 2. Now, normally, we know that since this season started, housemates who have just 2 nominations are not mentioned, like they're not up for eviction. But tonight, Biggie literally packed everybody that got from 2 nominations above, which kind of made me think about the possibility of some players not going home, to be very frank with you all. And then Willie had to use his veto power. And so he did the most shocking thing tonight. He saved Jareed and replaced Jareed with Chuenza. Guys, Z is up. Willie did not save Z. You know why? I mean, guys, I was quite shocked because these people, they've been having this throuple friendship, you know, Z, Young Papi, and Willie. Yes. Now we know that Young Papi and Willie, they've been conniving on how to disrupt Z's game, on how to destroy her game, on how to bring her down, or how to do whatever they want to do with her. You know, but I was really shocked that Willie had the guts, you know, to pull off such a stunt whilst she was up for eviction. And guys, I'm just waiting to see if Z is going to be offended and, you know, confront him about it or not. But hey, go ahead, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another video soon. Have an amazing evening. Bye.